Yeah.
I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here?
Mission commencing.
I don't belong here. I don't belong here.
Hi, guys.
Hi. Hey, how you guys doing?
That's a great intro. I like that.
Oh, yeah.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Game Night Plays. My name is Joe.
I'm Christine.
I'm Derek.
And I'm Mike Cervantes. How you guys doing out there?
Once again, with us is Mike. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, sure. Thank you very much for having me.
Always a pleasure. Tonight, we are going to be playing Sentinels of the Multiverse. Explain this card game to our audience, Mr. Cervantes.
Well, it's the start of a new year, and while a lot of people are committing to making a lot of personal changes, I think it's important to go a little bit back to basics at the beginning of each year. And given that I'm the author of the Scarlet Derby and Midnight J, available on thescarletderby.com, it's only natural for me to try to pretend to be a superhero. So here we have Sentinels of the Multiverse. It's a wonderful co-op card game for up to 8 players. The object of the game is to pick a superhero and then do battle with an evil villain using villain cards and setting cards. And it's a lot of fun. I first played this. We have a mutual friend. His name is Joel Purcell, and
Joel's been on the show before, yeah.
Yeah, he has, and so I know that he has the Kickstarter version, whereas I only just recently picked this up, and it's just a core set. So it's a little simpler than what you might have expected from this game before. Now, more or less, I'm sure that you guys know how to play this. For starters, everybody will pick out a superhero from the box.
Right.
Okay, so they're all original characters, but they're slightly like superheroes that you know from the comic books.
Right. So, who would the Wraith be like?
So, well, the Wraith he's a dark, shadowy character. It's almost very similar to the Crow.
Okay.
There's also a female, and then the Visionary, who has psychic powers. And let's see,
Tempest.
Tempest, who is kind of similar to Aquaman, but also has electrical abilities.
Okay. So you can actually do something. Tachyon. Who's Tachyon?
Tachyon is the speedster.
Oh, okay.
A really super fast character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Ra, kind of similar to Thor.
Okay.
So as an ancient Egyptian god with fire abilities.
Yeah, he's got fire in his hands, kind of like Firestorm.
Mm-hmm.
Legacy.
Legacy is the square-jawed Superman type.
Gotcha. Haka?
Haka? Well, that's one on me. Raise his card a little higher.
He kind of looks like Apache Chief.
Yeah, something like that. So he's he's got superhuman strength.
Okay. Fanatic?
Fanatic is just a character who has holy abilities, healing like a paladin.
He kind of looks like Joan Hart. Yeah.
Bunker, who is he's like if I'm not mistaken, a Vietnam era Iron Man.
Okay. Looks like one of the middle suit.
Yeah.
And Absolute Zero.
Absolute Zero.
Freeze?
I believe he freezes.
I would hope so.
Uh-huh.
All right. Wow. So out of all that, you know what? I've been watching The Flash lately.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take Tachyon.
Okay. So check the back of the cards. Make sure you pulled the right tab.
I did.
All right.
Well, I really like the Visionary, but how do you pass up the Wraith?
Well, it's pretty hard to pass out.
Oh no. Let's see.
Well, how do you feel today?
Oh, that is a good question.
Yeah.
Am I feeling all visionary or am I feeling all wraithy?
That's a decision whether or not your cup is half empty or half full.
Mm-hmm. My argument is always what's in the cup is what matters most. Once you tell me what's in the cup, I'll tell you whether it's half empty or half full.
Well, the cup is full of psychic powers or dark, mysterious magic. So
I like the blue. All right, we're going dark.
All right. All right. So Joe, you're next.
All right. I think
There's plenty of great heroes still left here.
there are. I think we're gonna go absolute zero. So that should be
Awesome.
all of that, right? Yeah.
All right. And so, even when I am playing with our mutual friends, I will always be the one to volunteer to play Legacy. Okay, so once you got your deck, your card it starts out with a two-sided hero card. So that's just the one that it looks like the cover of a comic book.
Got it.
Okay, so you're going to take that, you're going to put it over here,
Okay.
and then you're going to grab the tokens in the middle in order to go up to their HP, which is the number on the comic book issue.
Okay, so
So-
that's 27.
Yeah, so take 25, 25, and then 2 ones,
Okay.
and that's 27.
25.
25, and then I got, I have 35. 35. Oh, actually, 25. I'm doing a little math in my head. 25, 30, 25, 35. That 35 is too much, so I can't use the 20. 10, 20, 30, and 2. That's my HP. All right. So what does yours say, Joe?
29.
29, 25, 26, 27, 20, 26, 27, 28, 29.
There's all.
Uh-huh.
And I have 26, which I've already got.
All right. So now everybody's going to need to do a lot of shuffling of their deck. And so I'm going to explain the villain section of this game.
Holy shuffle.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
Yeah, so we're going to be fighting. So this is the most basic villain in the lineup. So if we whip on this, we're going to have to turn in our gamer card.
Oh, great.
So here we have Baron Blade. He's a villain. He's a mad scientist. That's pretty basic as far as villains can get. So he has his very own deck that comes with minions and effects and technological devices that are used against our hero characters in a way that is going to do damage to them.
Egads.
And so we also have a environment. I believe this is the Sentry's home city of Megalopolis. So at the top of the turn, we are going to start with the villain. We are going to turn over one of his cards, and we're going to turn over one of the environment cards. And so that is going to start the crisis to which our superheroes are going to leap in. All right, so everybody's got their hero cards nice and shuffled.
Super shuffle.
So just so you know what consummate experts we are in gaming, I'm going to start the game by flipping over the first page in the manual.
Sometimes it is necessary to read the instructions.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Somebody mark the calendar. That's
Only as a last resort.
3 guys
So
agreed with
everybody starts drawing the top 4 cards in their deck. I mean, since this is co-op, there's no need to hold your cards to your chest. You can play them out, and then we'll have a discussion about what we're going to use as players. As it goes on.
All right.
All right. Follow all start of turn instructions on the villain character card and other villain cards. Play the top card of the villain deck and follow all end of turn instructions. Okay. So the start of turn instructions, I have them right here. Okay. Put Baron Blade's villain character cards into play. Terra Lunar Impulsion Beam Inventor side up. Terra Propulsion Beam, Inventor Side Up. Okay. Search the villain deck for the card Mobile Defense Platform and put it into play. So, let's see the name of that again. Card Mobile Defense Platform. Here we are. Uh-huh. So, while this device is in play, Baron Blade is immune to damage. So before we do anything, we have to take out that platform. Uh-huh. So, yeah. So here's the shuffle the deck.
Is it kind of like the Green Goblin's glider?
Well, it might actually be a bit more similar to the helipad, except it's evil and it's genius. All right. So at the start of the villain turn, if there are 15 or more cards in the villain trash, Baron Blaze Terra Lunar Impulsion Beam activates, pulling the moon into the earth, and game over.
Oh no.
When Baron Blade would be destroyed, flip Baron Blade's villain character cards instead. I need to give him his HP. 10, 20, 20, 30, 40.
Oh my.
And 10 for the platform.
Oh my.
All right, so all of the villains have two phases. The first after instead of getting killed after those 40 go away, the character card turns over, and then we had to fight them in desperation mode all the way to the end.
Oh my goodness.
So let's see. Search the villain deck for the shuffle the villain deck. And so let me see. Top H minus cards in the villain deck. All right. So that goes with Baron Blade because those are his rules. All right. So our first move is to try to take out that platform. I'll go ahead and let you go first, Darren.
All right.
Okay. So you have your hand the 4 cards. You're going to bring one of them into play by putting them next to the hero card.
Okay.
And so that's going to give you either a one-shot, an ongoing, a limited power that you're going to use this turn.
All right. I'm going to use this one-shot. Hypersonic Assault. Tachyon deals each non-hero target 1 sonic damage. Targets dealt damage this way cannot deal damage until the start of your next turn.
Okay. So that means each of these go down 1 HP.
Nice.
Okay, 5 and 9. 5, 6, 7, 8.
But he wouldn't go down because he's immune to damage right now. Right?
Yes, that's correct. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is you're going to use your hero ability. It's the writing that's underneath your hero card.
Yeah. A rapid recon. Look at the top card of your hero deck. You may discard that card. All right. So I look at a Sucker Punch. Destroy one target with 2 or fewer HP.
So you have the choice whether or not you're going to draw that next turn or you're going to throw it away right now.
Okay. I think I'm going to throw it away. The only target we have is that platform, but it's got a lot more than 2 HP.
Yeah.
So it'll be a while before I can use that. I'm gonna discard that.
All right. Okay, so now it's your turn, Christine.
Okay, so the one he played, does that just go in the discard and then he draws a new card? Is that
No?
I
mean, it's just at the start of his next turn.
Start of your
So
turn.
this is one of the advantage Tachyon has is that it can use that hero ability in order to look at the next card and then decide whether or not to use it.
Right. But the one I did play, does it stay in play?
Well, does it say, that one actually
it's a
says
one
one
shot.
shot, so it's discarded.
So it's gone. Okay.
Okay, so there's the nature of the special effects. The one-shot cards, they are immediate effect, and then they go in the trash. The ongoing cards, they come into play, and they stay in play. The equipment cards come into play, and they stay in the play. And limited cards means you can only have one copy of that card in play at a time. You have multiples in your deck, but you can only use one as long as it's still active.
Okay.
All right.
So.
Does it go this way or that way?
Is that your turn?
Clockwise or counterclockwise?
Well, I said it was your turn.
Okay, well then we'll go this way. So I just pick a card to play. All mine are equipments. First one I'm going to do is my micro-targeting computer. It increases my projectile damage dealt by the Wraith by 2.
All right, so that's going to be a boost. Once you're able to play the cards that have energy damage, then it's going to go up by 2. So I believe that there is a +2 marker here.
I'll look for it.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Sorry, sister.
Okay, and so for now, you go onto your hero card. What's your special
Okay,
effect?
my special effect says reduce the next damage that would be dealt to the Wraith by 2. Because it's stealth.
Reduce the next damage dealt by the Wraith by 2.
Or dealt to the Wraith by 2.
All right. Your turn, Joe.
All right. So, and I can play all the cards in my hand?
No, you can only play one card at a time.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. I have this piece of equipment here that says whenever absolute 0 is dealt fire damage, absolute 0 deals 1 target that much cold damage. And so I'm going to go ahead and put that on.
All right. So to know that they're active, you put it right here next to your hero card.
Yeah, put your freeze guy out here so that you can equip him with stuff.
All right. So,
So you have that equipped, and now you're going to read your hero power.
my hero power tells me absolute 0 deals himself 1 fire damage or 1 cold damage.
So if you wanted to, you could make that go off in this turn. You could lose 1 HP and then deal 1 fire damage.
To myself, and then do a cold damage because of my equipment to the villain, right?
Uh-huh.
And that's exactly what I want to do.
Okay, so you go down 1. So take the token back, and then we will remove a token from the defense platform. It's pretty good move. So the way that this generally works is that, over time, you're going to become more powerful because you're going to continue to equip ongoing and equipment cards onto your character. So eventually, even though it seems like we're doing very little damage more, that's going to change really quick.
Okay.
All right. So let me take a look at my cards as legacy. Let's see. Yeah. So I'm looking at this card, Motivational Charge. Legacy deals 1 target 2 melee damage. Each hero target regains 1 HP.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm going to put that into play. So we want to do 2 damage to that platform, and then allow everyone to regain 1 HP. So you get your HP back. Anyone else take damage this game?
Nope.
No?
So I can get more than my total.
Yeah.
Thanks, Legacy.
So until the start of my next turn, the damage dealt increased damage dealt by hero targets by 1. So everybody gets one of these yellow icons. As my hero power comes up, then everybody's going to be able to increase their damage by 1.
Do these stack every turn, or is it?
Well, no. I mean, since this particular power is going to end on my turn, well, that means if I don't activate it in the next turn, then it won't be there.
Okay, so we have to remember when it is and isn't there.
All right.
Okay.
So now we're at the villain's turn. We're going to flip over the first villain card. We're going to flip over the first environment card. All right. All right. So, Devious Disruption, a 1-shot. Each player may destroy any of their equipment and/or ongoing cards. Baron Blade deals each hero target X lightning damage, where X equals 3 plus the number of hero and ongoing and equipment cards still in play. Well, this is bad news for me because I got to lose my motivational charge. Okay, I know you have an equipment card.
I do.
Okay, anybody also have an equipment and an ongoing? Uh-huh. So yeah, that's going to have to be destroyed.
That's unfortunate.
So I'm making my discard over here. And so then we are each going to lose 3 HP because of the destruction of our ongoing unlimited card.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay, and then but I have one that it says it'd be dealt 2 less. So I will only take 1.
Yeah, you'll be dealt 2 less. Yeah.
All right, so the those can go there.
6, 7.
Oh my God, this is anxiety. Is this not anxiety inducing for anybody else?
Well, yeah, it's usually, the villains often have the upper hand up in the start.
I mean, just the numbers in the middle of the thing being all over the place.
Oh, do you need to organize them? Is that what you're saying?
Perfectly fine by me.
Can I do it for the big piles?
Okay.
While she's doing that, I'm going to do the environment card. Okay. So, police backup. At the end of the environment turn, deal 1 projectile damage to the villain target with the highest HP. Well, that would be Baron Blade, but right now he's immune because this is in play, but so then this platform loses 1 HP.
Okay.
And let me see. Whenever a villain card would make a player discard a card, destroy this card. So that doesn't go into play this next turn, but this in this following turn, if he actually manages to destroy the equipment, then we destroy the card instead. All right. So your turn, Darren.
All right. Do I draw?
Yeah, you draw.
Okay. Fleet of foot. It's almost like I'm fast. Okay. And I can only play 1 card a turn, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Platforms at 5. Can I use my character power before I play this card, or does it have to come?
Yeah, it has to come after.
Okay. I'll play Fleet of Foot. Each player may draw a card.
Oh, it's up.
And I may play a card. And then I will play Quick Insight. Draw 3 cards. Discard 2 cards.
Yep. So this is, purely the advantage of playing as Tachyon.
Yeah. I got some HUD goggles.
Which is perfect for him. He loves to be able to
Cheat.
cheat.
Synaptic interruption. Alright. So I need to pick 2 cards to discard, and then my turn's over. Right? No, I have to.
Well, so you played a card, and then you played the card that was a bonus for playing the first card.
Right.
So then that leaves you with your hero power.
Oh, well, I still have to discard 2 cards
Okay.
because of this. I drew 3,
alright.
and I discard 2, and I'm just trying to decide. I suppose I'll get rid of 1 of my HUD goggles.
Well, that is a smart choice, because if you have duplicate cards, unless they're limited cards. Unless they're one-shots.
Man, I don't want to get rid of that. Sorry, I'm indecisive.
Take your time. There's only a mad scientist destroying the city. Yeah, I like how you have your discard. I'm going to copy it.
All right, and then I do my character power, which says I try 1.
And choose to keep it or discard it.
I will discard it.
All right. Okay, Christine.
Right. What is our top hand allotment?
That's a good question.
Yes. What's our hand limit?
There's no limit to the number of cards a player may have in their hand or in play. Card needs to be drawn or discarded from an empty deck, shuffle that deck's trash, or recreate that deck and
and then we always draw at the beginning of
it. Thank you very much, quick reference guide. So, more of you people who make board games, you need to have a page of this in your instructions.
Very
handy and dandy.
All right. Let's re-equip. I have another micro-targeting computer, so let's put that back on her. It increases her projectile damage by 2, assuming I can ever get a shot off. And then her power is reduce the next damage that would be dealt to the Wraith by 2. And then that's me.
All right.
Okay. Joe.
I have a piece of equipment that says increase cold damage dealt by absolute 0 by 1. So we're going to go ahead and equip that.
Mm-hmm.
And then it says that I can either take a fire or a cold. Since I do 2 cold now, I'm going to opt for fire.
All right. Yoink.
And that does how many to the platform? 2?
Oh
no, you don't have that out
I
anymore.
don't have that out anymore.
Never
So that
mind.
will do 2. Well, it'll actually do +1 because I have galvanized for my turn. So I had 5, so it has 3 HP left. Okay, so at the top of my turn, I can just use a Thok in order to hit it for 3.
Yay!
Thok?
Yep. Well, you know, these are superheroes. You know, Batman did many fine Thoks in his day.
He
I
did.
love
That's
it. It
right.
just reminds me of Bangkok, these t-shirts. It reminds me of the
Oh, yeah. It was a foreign language Batman t-shirt, and the text above his head was "Beyok." I still don't know what it means.
Yeah.
All right,
We're
so-
assuming it's a Thok. That's the
Thok.
thing.
So I'm going to go ahead and use my galvanized hero power so everyone can hold on to that +1 still.
Okay.
All right, and so now it's a villain's turn. Consider the price of victory. This is a one-shot. Each player discards 1 card. Baron Blade deals each hero target 2 sonic damage. Discard X cards from the top of the villain deck, where X is the number of hero cards discarded this turn. So unless anybody has an ability that prevents them from discarding a card. Uh-huh.
Boo to you, Baron Blade.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Boo to you, sir.
that says, isn't he a nasty villain?
He is
Okay, so
I have a feeling it gets
Terrible.
much worse.
so
So
this
we have,
card where each hero target gets 2 sonic damage. That puts me down to 30.
I will not take any because of my power.
up to
What are you down to?
22.
Okay. So we each discarded 1 card, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to have to discard 4 cards from his villain deck. That's his penalty for using this ability. Okay. You know what? I just realized something. Is that we can use this. Well, at the end of the environment turn, whenever a villain card would make the player discard a card, destroy this card. But that would have to be at the end of the environment turn. So first thing I got to do is I got to turn over another card. Okay. Plummeting monorail. At the start of the environment turn, this card deals 2 targets with a high HP, 5 melee damage each. Right now I'm 10, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28. How much do you have?
I'm 23 present.
I'm at 25.
22.
So you
So
and
you
I are
and
going
me,
to
we lose 3. Yeah.
3 or 5?
Oh, 5. Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, that was
Because of an oncoming train.
we did.
But the good news is now we can discard police backup and get whichever card we destroyed back into our hand.
And you guys caught the R train.
Yeah, thanks for that. Alright,
Got
so
the R train with my face.
with my face, yeah, that was long.
Face.
So we all get our cards back.
Uh-huh.
Did you hear that?
The cards we discarded?
Yes,
Oh.
because
So Darren, at the top of the turn.
Okay.
My turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. First, I'm going to equip my HUD goggles. They say I can play an additional card during my play phase. And then... And then I'm going to play Synaptic Interruption. Ongoing, so it's going to stay out. If Tachyon will be dealt 3 or more damage from a single source, you may redirect that damage to a target of your choice and destroy this card.
Awesome.
So if he hits us too big, I'm going to throw it right back at him.
Nice.
And then I will look at the top card of my deck. Let's try one. I'll leave that where it is.
All right. And that means my turn. I will draw. All right. We're going to put out a Razor Ordnance. It's limited equipment. So what does that mean that it's limited?
If it is limited, it means
only a certain number of them made.
You can only have 1 copy at a time. So there are multiple copies in your deck, but you can only have 1 in play at a time. Yeah.
That's perfect. Okay.
That's good to know.
And this says the Wraith deals 1 target, 3 projectile damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then this was giving me a +2 for projectile damage, so I'm at 5. And then is your guy still giving a +1?
Yes, it is.
So I'm doing 6 projectile damage.
Wow.
See, so that's it.
Watch on
Put all that upon the good doctor. He's down to 24.
That's right, he is.
Uh-huh.
Very nice.
Right? Wow! All right. And then I will avoid the next 2 damage. Because that's your power. So that's what you would do every time. That's awesome. That's me. All you, Joey.
Taking a moment in order to set up the live chat. So ordinarily, it's Joe's responsibility to do the live chat, but I like to do it too in case there's anything I want to respond to.
Yes. All right. Hey, Mike Cervantes is watching.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So check this out. What I'm going to do is I've got a one-shot.
First. Oh. Just, it's helpful. Just, you never know what you're going to fall.
Oh, wow, that's pretty cute.
Right?
All right. No, I still have my plan, though. One shot. Select 1 equipment card from your trash and put it either into your hand or into play. Absolute Zero deals himself 1 fire damage and 1 cold damage. So check this out. I'm going to take this 2 damage. But I'm bringing back my whenever Absolute Zero is dealt fire, Absolute Zero deals 1 target that much cold.
Beautiful.
So we're going to go ahead and take those 2. So that's 1 fire. Also, Absolute Zero deals himself either 1 fire or 1 cold. So we're going to do 1 fire.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
those are going to result in cold damage.
Right, and right now, increased cold damage dealt by Absolute Zero by 1.
Nice. All right, so what's your total here?
All right.
I believe I'm hitting the villain for a total of 4, and myself for a total of 2.
All right, plus the 1 for Galvanize.
Yourself.
Why are you hitting yourself?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that gives 15. That's 19 left on Barrett.
Wow.
All right. So this is my draw. Okay. I see going to equip Legacy with the Legacy Ring, which means I can use an additional power during my power phase.
Nice.
I think I'm going to need to develop another power, which is something that my character does as a special ability.
Okay.
But that's there, so in case I do have that ability. And you all have Galvanize again, so you're still doing +1.
Awesome.
Okay. You all right? I thought you bit the chip the wrong way.
Oh, yeah, no, I said woohoo.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no, my general plan.
Okay, villain's turn. Hasten Doom.
Oh no.
Hasten Doom.
Man, as if my doom was not hasty enough.
So, Baron Blade deals each hero target 2 toxic damage, and then play the top card of the villain deck. So, I take 2. Yeah. And so then I got to do that, and then I got to play the top card of the villain deck. Here we go.
Okay, what is it?
Okay. Elemental redistributor device. Whenever Baron Blade would be dealt fire, cold, or lightning damage, redirect that damage to the hero target with the lowest HP.
Oh, no.
So this has 10 HP. So this is going to be our next target.
So throw stuff at it.
Well, throw stuff at his device instead. Okay, so the oncoming train in here anymore.
Do we have to hit the device before we can hit him?
Yeah, well, I mean, we don't, but he certainly does because he's doing
Right.
it penalty.
Right. Yeah, okay.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, no.
Another plummeting monorail.
No.
I'm at 20. What
I'm
do you
at
guys
20.
I knew that monorail was a bad idea.
I have 19.
20.
Oh, for the
19.
love of... So the 3 of us are at 20. So what
Yeah.
does that mean?
So, we're all tied for having the most damage.
So do we roll for it?
So, I don't know. Let's see.
Until you gotta take it, right?
I mean, if somebody just wants to be noble and wants to take it for the team.
I can take it because I've been reducing mine by 2 every turn, so I can take it. And then
Well, says if I do, I'm going to go down to 15.
yeah.
Does anybody have? Well, no, none of us have more than 15 because we're all at 20. We established that.
All right, so Darren will take it. Fantastic. There you go.
All right.
Got it.
Okay. So then discard that.
Monorail to the face.
Yep.
I
Okay.
thought it was 2.
It's 5. I know.
Fine.
Right. I took it twice. Trust me. I know how hard that thing hits.
Is it my turn?
Yep.
All right. So I will draw.
So you guys ready for dessert?
Oh no, what'd you bring? What did you bring?
Oh well, in the tradition that I always bring
This is why
some
Mike's our
sugar.
favorite guest.
Yeah. So I try to bring the most interesting stuff I can find. So first up, I've got some gancitos. Gancitos. So, ordinarily these are Mexican. You can find them at every 7-Eleven. You guys are familiar with it.
Yeah.
So, it's a cake topped with jelly and cream,
Wow.
dipped in chocolate, and then covered in chocolate sprinkles. And take a bite of this, and then you can tell little Debbie to pound sand.
From the makers of spots.
From the makers of sponge.
And in addition to that, I brought everybody a candy bar.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, this is a Hershey's Zero.
Oh my.
So,
Look at
not very widely publicized, but my personal favorite candy bar. That it has
Wow.
white chocolate on the outside, and the inside is nut-flavored nougat. Which sounds
Wow.
weird,
Oh,
but
that's all
tastes
right. Well,
wonderful.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Well, you bring great
Okay,
stuff.
now you can take your turn.
Resume, sir.
Game Night is in no way sponsored by Gansito.
Well, not yet. If they'd like to sponsor us, please contact us.
Yes, if you would like us to mention you more.
Okay. My goggles say I can play an additional card. So I've already got 2 I can play. But first I'm going to play Fleet of Foot. Each player may draw 1 card. And then I can play a card.
Oh my goodness.
So I still have 2 plays. That would go to my discard, which is important because the next thing I'm going to play is Lightspeed Barrage. Tachyon deals 1 target, X melee damage, where X is the number of burst cards in your trash. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 burst cards.
Nice.
Plus 1 here, I'm going to deal something 7 damage.
Okay.
I would
So, what do you choose? Do you choose the Baron or do you choose the?
swipe the Baron.
I mean, it's good because he's going to make a comeback and he's going to have some additional HP. So if we get him out of the way,
Maybe I should just take out the device, and then
Alright.
Joe can hit him.
possibly.
Yeah, but you're doing more damage than he does.
Yeah.
You know what? It's okay.
Well,
Well, how much damage are you going to do in your next
Take out the
turn?
device.
Yeah.
'Cause He's
Same.
gonna reflect damage back out.
Yeah. I'm going to split the difference. It's okay because I have another play left. So this, I'm going to target the device. I'm going to hit it for 7.
Mhm. All right. So then that is 3.
Okay. And then I have 1 play left. I'm going to play another Lightspeed
Oh,
Barrage.
there it goes.
Mhm.
So everybody gets to deal.
No. This is I'm going to deal another 7 points of damage.
Nice.
This time I'll target the doctor.
All right. There goes the 7. He's at 12.
So he's at 12. The device is at 3.
Had
So
we
you should be able to
taken-
take out the device.
Are we taking him out though? Does the device go away?
Well, when we take him out, the game ends. But then there's another catch to that: is that he's going to have a second phase after that.
Right.
And I didn't have enough to
So
take it out.
even after we hit him for the 12, then he's going to get a certain amount of HP back.
Okay. All right. Is that you, sir?
No, I still have to scry 1. Interesting. Is there an environment card we need to destroy?
Not at the moment, no.
No. All right, I'm gonna discard.
I wonder if the environment cards are supposed to be.
All right.
That's you. I'm gonna eat my gansito.
Dude, oh my god. This is freaking delicious.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm gonna draw.
I'm gonna make some last quick things.
Sorry. Out of this huge
What?
deck, I have all of
What?
these doubles. It's ridiculous. Doubles everywhere. All right. So what is more important, guys? Should I reduce damage by environment cards by 1, or do we want to be able to reveal the top 2 cards of the villain deck and put 1 on top and 1 on the bottom?
Oh.
I would go with damage. If you got damage, then I would go with damage.
The environment's been smacking us.
Reduce damage. It reduces by 1.
I mean, what's the odds we're gonna pull another monorail?
They actually might be pretty good because there's lots of multiples in these.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then
maybe
I
so.
will play one of my mega computers, which is going to reduce damage dealt by environment cards by 1.
Alright.
So,
And watch, no more environment.
right. My environment hits all the time. All right, and then I'm going to do 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. And let's go straight. It's projectile, so let's go straight to what's his bucket.
Yeah.
And then
Let me see. So
reduce this.
4. So he has 6 now.
Beautiful. All right, that's me.
And you got your hero power, right?
Yes.
All right.
Okay, I'm very quiet about that. I just pull those back over.
Well, so Joe's at a limitation here.
Yeah.
He has to attack the equipment before the equipment attacks him.
Alright. Wow, jeez Louise. Absolute Zero does damage to himself and thus does damage to others, and that is his power. And while it's kind of cool, it's really hard to keep your head above water with the damage here.
You get my back or something?
I do actually. Here I've got a card that states when Absolute Zero would take cold damage, he regains that many HP instead. So,
Okay.
Absolute Zero deals himself 1 fire or 1 cold. We're going to do the 1 cold. Increase damage, cold damage dealt by 1.
Now we're 2.
So we're going to go ahead and gain 2 cold life. Cold hard life. And let's see here. Now, am I... Let's see. I have not played a card yet.
It's the one that gave you life. Which one's that?
Oh wait, no, I did play
Is that
a card. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I cannot do any damage to the platform or the villain this turn because I've used my cards that say I do stuff. So.
All right.
Oh, see, that's fair enough.
Right.
Okay, well, I'm going to play another Thok, and I'm going to take out the equipment.
Very good. Woohoo.
Fuck.
Everybody gets their +1 again.
Yuck.
Okay. Now it's the villain's turn. Let's see Darren run back with a glass of milk after that snipe. What? Okay. Powered remote turret, a device. 7 HP. At the end of the villain turn, this card deals each hero target 2 projectile damage. Increase damage but dealt by this card by 1 for each mobile defense platform in play. Which there isn't one at the moment. Okay, yeah, this card is destroyed and this one takes its place.
Okay.
So at the end of the villain turn, everybody's got to take 2. 5, 6, 7, 8.
All right. And then environment, right?
Yeah, then our environment.
Alright.
Okay.
See what
No more
train's gonna
speeding
hit us this
trains,
time.
okay then.
Uh-oh. Paparazzi on the scene. Heroes can't use powers. At the start of the environment turn, each player can discard 1 card each to destroy this card. So, if we all choose to destroy a card right now, then we can get rid of that card and it won't do us any trouble.
Right,
Done.
let's get rid of that.
Okay, I was going to get rid of the other ring.
Now I have no cards.
Womp womp.
That's we made the more noble choice.
I think
Now
so
we're going to not be
too.
able to use our powers. You wouldn't get your +1s this turn.
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to get anywhere.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Okay. I will draw.
The many outweigh the needs of the feudal
Chop chop.
Okay, you can just say we're playing co-op, Joe.
No, I wanted to make it think like a hero. What was the? Oh wait, no, that was
That was Spock.
That was
Star Trek.
Kirk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright. Nimble Strike. Tachyon deals 1 target, 1 melee damage. That's going to become 2.
Yeah.
Right? Is this a thing we need to destroy? Or
Oh, well, because if we don't, at the start of the next turn, we're going to take 2 more damage.
okay, how much HP does it have?
That one has 7 HP.
Alright.
I forgot to put the tokens on that.
That's okay. I will hit it for 2.
Right?
And then this also says I can draw a card.
Mm-hmm. And expedite the destruction of the villain.
This is an ongoing power.
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean that when it comes to my power phase, I have to pick one, or I can do both?
You have to pick one.
I have to pick one. Okay. Well, then yes, I'll move on to my powers phase, and I'll do research grant, which says I draw 2 cards and discard 1.
Say, good play, very good play.
And I'll discard them.
I gotta
That's
say,
all I got.
the Zero Candy Bar is one of my favorites, actually, from childhood.
Why aren't they publicizing that? You know, it's...
Joe always knows of all the weird candies too, so he always brings stuff.
But Gansito, I did not know about. That is freaking amazing. It's everything I love about a Chocodile with like a little twist of fruit.
Plus jelly.
Oh, yeah.
It's very nice.
What does it know about it, you know? I come from El Paso, Texas, so I grew up with this stuff. Because the thing is, it's one thing, to have this stuff at the 7-Eleven. It's a completely other thing, to just go to some Mexican candy store and have this be the only thing that's there.
Right.
Okay, so I believe that's your turn, Christine.
Yeah, I just drew one and gave me another. Do we want to reduce environment by 1 more, or shall we reveal the top 2 cards of the villain deck and pick one and get rid of one? What's more important?
I would go for the villain there.
I also vote Bill on deck.
I don't think we should increase the reduction of damage. You'd rather have.
Yeah. I kind of want something to.
I mean, is it by 2?
Well,
Because that means it won't hit us this turn.
that's true. Well, I already have it by 1, and that's one of my equipments that can stack. It's not limited.
But that's
So
just
that'll
you.
be
What about the rest of us?
That's true. Well, the thing is, that's a power, though, and we can only use 1 power a turn.
So, I completely mischaracterized Wraith. She seems to be some kind of hacker.
Yeah.
That's alright. Now I'm going to do another mega computer. And then let's go ahead and do 3, 4, 5, 6 damage.
Okay. Is that to the Baron?
Yes.
All right.
I play magic. I go
So-
right for the throat.
He flips now. His new version has 30 HP.
Is this his true form?
Well, it's him. It appears to be him inside of a giant robot.
You have now made me into my final form.
And one mad scientist. Let me see. When Baron. Let me see. 15 impulse should be activate. If there are 15 more cards in the villain trash. Start of the turn. Of the villain turn, if there are 15 or more turns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he only has 7. If that reaches 15, then it's game over.
Okay.
So yeah, there's no other special abilities. There's just the extra HP.
Alright, and that takes it to Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Okay. You're going to draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So one shot says you may draw a card. Search your deck for a module card and put it into your hand. Shuffle your deck. You may play a card. So,
You go back to your card, and then find a module, and then play that card.
right. So, you may draw a card. Let's do that first.
So the important thing is take all of the time you want. Try to find any cards that actually match the thing, and see which one is the better of the two to play. Just saying. See, that's a responsible thing to do. It's a superhero thing to do.
What I'm looking for is a module that's going to help me do more fire damage at this point. To the guy, because when I do cold damage, he gets to smack me back.
Right.
So,
At least until we.
Well, actually, that device was destroyed.
Oh, we did destroy
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that doesn't apply.
oh yeah, okay.
While Joe searches his library, I'm taking another Gansito break.
Grancito es más bueno.
Es muy delicioso. Focus, come on.
Ese es más asombroso para poner en tu boca. Practice that.
Okay, so now that I've kind of gone through my cards and see what I've got for modules and things like that, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the module that allows me to gain life again for cold damage. Because, yeah, my guy has taken quite a few hits on his his powers activating. So, or in order for his powers to activate. So, what we're going to do here is we're going to play.
There's a kid in the candy store at the moment. I'm really glad my fault. I've given him a sugar rush.
Yeah. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and play the equipment, the module that says when Absolute Zero would take cold damage, he regains that many HP instead. So we're going to go ahead and take, I guess it would be 2, 3, soul, 3, cold hard, life, suckles. Alright, that's going to do it for me.
Okay, what are you going to attack? The turret or a Baron Blade?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't have an attack now, do I? I do my attack.
Sorry, that was me. I didn't realize that. Okay, drawing. Okay, let me take a look at some of my abilities. Take down ongoing villain guards can't be played at the end of your turn. The villain target with the highest HP deals legacy 2 energy damage. At the start of your turn, destroy this card. So that's a trade-off, is that I can prevent the villain from doing any damage this turn. But then I'm going to take the damage afterwards. The other one is lead from the front. Whenever a hero target would be dealt damage by a villain card, you can redirect that damage from legacy. So it's a less tidy version of the same thing. And then I just got another thought for 3 melee damage. So right now we're in a situation where that is going to go off again. Right. So because it still has 5 HP. So I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to have to play the takedown just in the event that we're not going to be playing this turn. At the end of my turn, the villain target. So I think that's the end of my next turn. The villain target with the highest HP deals legacy 2 energy damage. Probably the better of the two. And I'm going to do galvanize again.
Okay.
Okay. So now we're at the villain's turn.
Oh no.
Okay. Let's see what we're going to add to this. Living Force Field. Reduce damage dealt to Baron Blade by 1.
No.
Okay. This is an ongoing, so there doesn't seem to be a way to destroy it. So now we have to -1 for every single damage that he does.
Yes, it is.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, now the turret is going to go off. Everybody's going to take 2 projectile damage. Oh, wait a second. I made a mistake.
Back up.
Yeah. This card wouldn't have been played this turn because I have takedown.
What is takedown?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
So I wouldn't play it, but we would still get the turret for damage. So, well, what exactly do they mean by villain cards can't be played? Like even the ones that are already on the field?
I bet you just can't get the new one.
I bet it would mean from the villain deck.
Yeah. So everybody still has to take 2.
And is that environment or is that
Hmm?
what is that from?
It's from the power remote turret. It still has 5 HP left.
Yeah.
And now here's the environment card.
Okay.
Okay. Targeting innocence. At the start of the environment turn, this card deals each hero target -1 fire damage. Then look through the environment trash for an impending casualty and put it into play,
Ooh.
which hasn't come out yet.
So we take 1 more.
Let me see. At the start of the environment turn. Actually, I think that's going to be at the beginning of next turn. Hang on, let me double check here. At the start of the environment turn, 1 damage. Okay. So, in the event we pull that other card and it's in trash, that's the only thing that's going to happen. That's going to be left. I didn't know what these rating numbers are. Because that seems to be something that's got to be in play until it's destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I holding the 1 token?
I don't know.
I think I took it off of myself.
Yeah, I think it's you.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
So, adding up.
All right, yeah. We did.
Okay. So then, it's your turn.
Me again?
Uh-huh.
All right. I will draw one. I'm going to play Fleet of Foot. Each player draw a card. And I can play another card. So I still have 2 left.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
We're going to play Nimble Strike. One deals 1 target, 1 melee damage, which becomes 2.
Yep.
And we'll hit the turret.
Okay, so that has 3 now.
And it also says I can draw a card. That goes to the trash. I have 1 more play. Accelerated Assault. Tachyon deals each non-hero target 1 melee damage.
All right.
Which becomes 2, right?
Yeah. So then the turret now has 1. The Baron now has 8. Well, has
28.
28, yeah. Okay, and then your power,
my
right?
Power is going to let me draw 2 cards and then discard 1. Then I'll be done. Once I decide which of these I'm getting rid of.
See, I wonder if the people at home are able to follow along with all of this.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's a
You can't
little
really
complex.
see.
You can't read all the cards.
Yeah.
I try to read mine.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know. We'll see.
See, this is oddly appropriate
Yeah,
music.
Right.
You're all waiting on the fast guy.
All
All right,
right.
I'm done. Go ahead.
I will
All right.
draw
Oh, tacky
a
on.
card.
It's only a second to him. For the rest of us, it feels like an eternity. I think that's how it's supposed to work.
Right. Yeah.
Let me see. We have to play a card and then powers. We can't do powers first and then play a card.
Correct.
Yeah.
I will equip the utility belt, and that lets me use an additional power during my power phase.
Nice.
So then I'll do 3, 4, 5, 6 damage.
Understatement.
Let's do it. Let's do it to him.
Okay. 6?
And then I will also use for stealth, which lets me reduce by 2 next turn.
At 22. All right.
Okay, that's you.
All right. So, Alright, so I have this piece of equipment here that says increase cold damage dealt to absolute 0 by 1, reduce fire damage dealt to absolute 0 by 1, power, absolute 0 deals himself 5 fire damage, destroy this card. So, let's see here.
Increase cold damage by 12, reduce fire damage by 1.
Increase cold damage by 1, reduce fire damage by 1, and then absolute 0 deals himself 5 fire damage, destroy this card when I have to use my power. So, so that's just kind of like letting us know like what I can do there.
Yeah.
And then when my power phase goes off, absolute 0 deals himself 1 fire damage or 1 cold damage. So when my power goes off, I choose fire. It's going to do 5 damage to me. Whenever absolute 0 is dealt fire damage, absolute 0 deals 1 target that much cold damage.
Yeah.
increase cold damage dealt by absolute 0 by 1.
Alright, so that's 6 plus his 1 for galvanize is 7.
You're taking 5 and hitting him for 7.
Yes.
If you want to, I could hit the probably hit the turret for 1, so it'll be kaput. You don't want to put that on a villain.
So you would rather I hit the turret instead of the villain?
No.
I'd rather you hit the villain.
Because he can take out the turret.
Okay, then yeah, let me go ahead then and hit that villain for 7.
All right.
Which how?
Man,
And I will lose my 5 there, and then this will destroy this piece of equipment.
tell him, man.
Oops. 14. All right.
Nice. Alright, Mike, that is you.
Well, now look. Another surge of strength. Am I using him yet? So increased damage dealt by legacy by 1. Well, so we have to get rid of that turret this turn, so I'm going to play another clock.
There it goes.
That says you seem to be pretty defenseless there. And then use my power for galvanize. Everybody keeps their +1. And now it's the villain's turn. Okay. What are we going to draw here? It's another living force field. This is one going, they actually...
What happened to the one he already had?
We broke it.
Did we?
I thought we couldn't.
These are ongoing cards. Come into play and stay in play. Yeah, as far as I can tell, it's supposed to be more than one force field. Oh, I remember what happened. Is that I actually negated that card in that turn. So it's only coming out now.
You didn't play it that turn.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so then that leaves us with the environment.
So what does that force field do?
Reduces damage
By 1 to him.
Oh, right.
Okay. Impending casualty. At the start of the environment turn, each hero may destroy one of their ongoing cards. This card deals any hero that does not destroy an ongoing card 3 psychic damage. At the end of the environment turn, one player may discard 1 card to destroy this card.
Okay.
So
it's going to hit us all for 3.
it's going to hit us all for 3, yeah.
I can use my synaptic interruption to redirect that 3.
All right.
So I'm going to send it back at Dr.
Yeah.
Doom.
So 3 is his damage is reduced by 1.
So he takes 2.
He takes 2, yeah.
And this gets destroyed.
So then now we have to do targeting innocence again. Each hero target -1 fire damage. Now you got to consider the fact that fire damage affects you in a certain way.
Go ahead.
So, I'm sorry, how much? I'm getting hit with how much fire damage?
1.
1? Okay, so then I hit the villain for 2 cold.
All right. 2, which leaves them with 10. Says we're getting very close to saving the day here, folks.
And then I'll use one of these. Do these stack if I don't use this one?
Well, I mean, so
Because it's a power.
you're getting that because of your hero power, right?
Right.
You have to announce that you activate your hero power at the end of every turn.
Right.
So that means that, it really doesn't stack. It just activates every single time.
Okay, so I just negative. Okay.
I mean, so I'm doing the same thing with Galvanize.
Right.
So that's your turn.
All right, Jeremy.
Back to me?
If you can do 4, I'll be able to do 6.
All right, I'll draw my
Actually,
card.
I could kill it next turn.
Oh, please kill it next turn.
I can kill him next turn, so whatever you want to do doesn't matter. I can kill him.
All right, pushing the limits. Ongoing card. It says I can play an additional card during my play phase and draw an additional card in my draw phase. But it's going to deal damage to me at the start of my turn.
Oh, what's a real Pushington limit? Everyone's watching.
And then I'll play Nimble Strike. Deal 1 target, 1 melee damage. So we'll hit him for, well, it's 2, but it becomes 1.
Yeah.
We'll be at 9.
And I can draw a card.
7, 8, okay.
That's actually.
So you spend all this time making an e-pile and screwing it up again.
I can only reach so far, you see.
All right, and hypersonic assault.
Oh,
So I'm going to
that sounds
deal
quick.
each non-hero target 1 sonic damage.
Mhm.
Targets dealt damage this way cannot deal damage until the start of your next turn.
Okay.
So he can't hurt us.
Yeah, until the start of your next turn.
Right.
Doesn't
Entirely
matter.
the villain phase.
He-
I know I did the
he's
right
better.
thing by letting you go first. That's
Yeah.
It's okay. The Wraith has this handled. He's about to die. Are you done?
Okay. No. I'm going to use my power to draw 2 cards, then discard them. Yeah, I'll discard them.
I will
All right,
draw
now
a
it's you.
card for shits and giggles. Oh, that's fun, but I don't need it now. I'm going to use this. It says it's a one-shot. Destroy all of your equipment cards. The Wraith deals 1 target X projectile damage, where X is 2 times the number of cards destroyed this way. I'm going to destroy 5.
Uh-huh.
So that's going to do 10.
Yeah.
And then +1 is 11, -1 is 10. Still he dies.
Yep.
That's enough.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Take that.
That's
villain.
right,
High
guys.
five.
That's right.
Teamwork.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
Teamwork. Yeah. All right.
Woo!
Yay!
The heroes are victorious.
A winner is us.
That was a lot of fun.
It was.
We're gonna have to give this. There's a lot of different add-ons. Is there add-ons to this?
Oh yeah,
one that you
there's
can
like
get on
2 or
this?
3 expansion packs.
Awesome.
So there's also a game available on Steam. I downloaded it because I got a bonus for buying the board game. I still have yet to figure that out. But the good news about that is I'm going to start online streaming soon myself.
Awesome.
So you can check me out at my Twitch channel, twitch.tv The Scarlet Derby. Or for absolutely everything that I do, you can go to thescarletderby.com. That's easy to remember, isn't it?
Yes, and we will throw that in the crawl, of course.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us and watching us play.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike, for coming out again tonight. We love having you. You're one of my absolute favorites.
Be sure to catch him on his Twitch channel.
Be sure to check that out.
We're also on Twitch. I've been messing around every once in a while.
I'm still working on that, but yeah.
Yeah, so it's Twitch TV/Game Night.
Game Knight Geek Bar, I think.
Or I thought it was just Game Night.
We'll throw the link to
We'll
that
figure it
in
out.
the
We'll
description.
figure out
too.
what that is and let you guys know what that is. But yeah, we're just kind of messing around, not even really like talking to anybody or anything. But
Yeah, eventually we're going to do more with it. We're just gearing up with all this streaming stuff.
right, yeah, Mike is blazing the trail, and we're just
Yeah.
We're just
riding in on his
following Mike's
coattails.
coattails.
But I wouldn't even consider live streaming if it weren't for you guys.
Oh, that's so good.
All right, well, thanks again,
Yeah.
and we'll catch you next week when our guest will be Sire, and we're going to play some X-Wing.
Should be a lot of fun. It might be a later stream to accommodate Sire's schedule, but it should still be a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely pay attention to the site and keep an eye open for updates, and you should get those times, those correct times from us.
And if you'd like to come out and meet us, Wednesday nights we're at Back Totem Brew House from 6 to 10. That's 3845 La Pan. And this week we're starting our fight nights. We have a big screen that we're going to put some games up on. Darren, what do we have this week?
This week's featured game is Capcom Classic Street Fighter 2. So come out, have a few drinks, get out your aggression, we'll hand you a controller and play some Street Fighter. It should be a lot of fun.
Are you going to be able to win the tournament? Sure you can.
That's terrible.
Thursday nights we're at... It is, right? Thursday nights we're at Village off of Elephant Chambers, about 7 to 11-ish. If you'd like to see us play a certain game, or if you'd like to be one of our guest stars to play with us, shoot us a line, let us know. We'd be more than happy to get anybody on or play whatever game you'd like.
Tell us what kind of candy you're going to bring.
Right.
And we'll move you to the top of the list.
Yeah, you're going to have to work pretty hard, though, to top Gancitos and Zero Bars.
True story.
Word up.
If you like what we do and want to help encourage us on our travels here, go to GameKnightGeekBar.com, click on that donate button, help us out a little bit. Let's try and get this bar open so that you guys have a place to come play these really cool games with us. Also, our shop is open, so if you want Game Night shirts or mugs, click on our Facebook link and go to the shop now, and we'll hook you up with that.
Yes, those proceeds all go toward Game Night. Remember, the best nation is donation.
Otherwise, we'll see you guys next week. Same game time, same game channel. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.